afternoon. My name is Margarida and I'm here to represent Pedalar Sem Idade Portugal, Cycling Without Age Portugal, that we proudly represent this international movement here in our country. I will start with a video from the founder of this amazing movement. I hope you will join it.
Hi.
My dad taught me to ride a bicycle, which for us Danes is the same as learning to walk. When I was smaller, all I wanted to do was keep up with him, to ride as fast as he could. When he got sick, it was hard to watch him becoming weaker and weaker. Eventually, he couldn't cycle anymore. He could only sit and watch the world pass by. Until the day he passed away, he just wanted to get back on his bicycle. He's the reason why I started cycling without age. I knew that a bicycle ride could mean so much. We pick up seniors in their nursing homes for a bike ride in town, so they can participate in the world again. Some simply want to see old friends. Some want to say goodbye. Some just want to feel the wind in their face. Some just want to have a cup of coffee or an ice cream. It makes me happy to see them happy. And there'll always be someone who needs a ride. Like my mom.
So, this is what we do. I need the presentation, please. We tackle loneliness and social isolation by doing these rides that are provided by volunteers to elders who live in their home cares, in some home cares or their houses. This is the main goal. This is what we do. A simple way to reduce this problem, this actual and crescent problem, which is the elders of the population. As you can imagine, 59 countries are very different realities, social, cultural. So these are the pillars that we have to gain. This is the pillars that we move in our action. Of course, based on the 4 SDGs, as you can see in the slideshow. Generosity, mostly by the volunteers. We need to give our time and some strength of our legs too. But generosity to the people who need our action, these rides. Slowness, because we don't transport people from point A to point B. We give our time, we offer our disponibility to hear their stories. Here comes storytelling. Every elder, every people that that are our passengers have an amazing story to tell us about. All you can do is hear and value those stories. Relationships, not only between volunteers and the passengers, but also between passengers, and of course relationships with other stakeholders. We are a solution, we are not the only one, we cannot do things alone. We we provide the solution, but we don't do the diagnosis. It's difficult for us to knock on somebody's door and say, do you feel alone? Do you want to have a ride with us? We cannot do that. So we count on local authorities, with police forces, with associations, with institutions that are our partners, and with us, we tackle this problem. Without age, because to be a volunteer or to be a passenger, to be a volunteer you have to be 18, of course, for issues related to the insurance, but we don't have a minimum age for our passengers. Unfortunately, loneliness, it's a problem that affects us, even our volunteers. They saw the teaser and they applied to us and they come to us saying, I feel alone, I work at home, I'm away from my family, I live alone and I work at home, so I want to fight my own loneliness, which is great. This is the problem. Portugal is the fifth country, the fifth eldest country in Europe. It's going to be the third in the world in 2013. 500,000 people live alone. 65 plus years old people live alone in their houses. And when you are 65, you are young nowadays. What we understand that it's not the legs or it's not the mobility issue, it's the will. It's people are staying at home and say to us, I'm okay here, why should I leave? Why should I go to you on a bicycle ride? So the context we saw is this. 23% of population in Portugal is over 65 years old nowadays. It's going to increase. People live alone. People don't have the motivation to come out of their houses. A lot of people living totally alone. And we think there are a lack of solutions, of social solutions to this increasing problem. And society is not so aware of these issues. I think in south of Europe, differently than in countries like Singapore or in the north of Europe, this aging issue it's more advanced. We are going to get there. So what more than the right to feel the wind in your hair, which is the teaser of this movement, is the right to belong, the right that you, as an elder, you still have an issue to say about your life. You can still make choices. You can choose to have an ice cream or to have a coffee outside. So this, thanks to the volunteers, we provide people the possibility to feel integrated and to feel valued. Just to give you a context of our association, we started in 2018 in Lisbon, only operating in Lisbon. We were with the grants from UA, Parcerias para o Impacto, that allow us to have a small team working on Pedalar Sem Idade. And since 2021, Denmark signed with us to be a Portuguese chapter. So we represent the movement in Portugal, and we are already in 6 different cities, and we want to be in 10 for the next year. These numbers are we are very proud of these numbers, but the worldwide numbers are much more expressive, and it's an honor to represent this amazing movement right here. So the impact, more than, oh, how nice to have people walking with the young people having bicycle rides. Of course it's funny, of course it's cool, but it has a lot of impact on people's lives. People are expecting the volunteers to arrive to their houses or to their home cares or to the day center, and they put some lipstick, they stay ready, they say things absolutely amazing like, it's the first time in 3 months that I don't feel like crying after a 3-show ride. So it had a lot of impact. We measure that impact with a scale, the loneliness scale. So this is what we want you to understand. The interaction, the possibility of having a coffee, of going outside, to pass on the places you were used to work or where you used to live, when people already live in a nursing home, it's really, it makes the difference on people's lives. So I'm not going to take so much time of yours. This is the possibility and this idea of somebody is offering their time to listen to me. We are, as a volunteer, we are providing and give 45, 60 minutes, sometimes more, of our time to value those two passengers, one passenger that on that day is having a 3-show ride with a volunteer. Normally a young one, but it's very important that you understand, we need the families to get along, we need the authorities to help us with the identification of those people, we need private investment that believe in our solution. So this is very important. It has a lot of impact, but we don't do it alone. So we are an event about sustainability, and sustainability starts at our houses, at our families, at our community. So I hope you get different pictures of this elders issue, of what is to feel alone, what is to not have the motivation to do different things, like having a bicycle ride. So if you'd like to know more about our 3 shows, I will be glad to show you. They are in the entrance, in the main entrance. And thank you very much for your time. Let's be a change maker.